Hey everyone, Hello Ego here with EDMProd, and today I wanted to share with you what I learned from analyzing the top 10 tracks on Beatport. So to start off with, I just wanted to check out what the genres were of all these tunes, and a little bit unsurprisingly to me, I found out that 90% of these songs were some sort of house genre. And the last one that wasn't really listed as house was a UK garage tune, which still has a 4 on the floor beat pattern and has a lot of really housey elements in it. The number one genre was tech house, with 40% of the tracks being a tech house tune. The next largest genre was just listed as house, and that was 30% of the songs, so 3 out of the 10. Then we had a minimal or deep tech tune, an Afro house song, and then that UK garage tune that I mentioned. So this is telling me that house is king. This is widely regarded as probably the most popular EDM genre in the world right now. So it was really no surprise to me to find that this chart was just dominated by house tunes. Next, I threw all these tracks into mixed in key and I analyzed what key they were all in. Every single one of these was in a minor key, and half of them were either in F minor or G minor. That makes sense. These are all club tunes. F and G are usually pretty common keys you find in this kind of music. It has a lot to do with the bass response and which keys work best for sub bass to really come through the speakers. 3 of these tunes were in F minor. That would be It Feels So Good, Murder, and Falling Back. So all of those were in the key of F minor. And the 2 that were in the key of G minor were Left to Right by Clubheads and Upside Down by Eats Everything. Let's just take a look at mixed in key here. We can check out the John Summit tune was in 2A, which if you're familiar with the Camelot wheel, basically this just assigns a number and a letter to a key. So the number is whatever key it's in, and A or B means major or minor. So 2A, if we come over to the Camelot wheel, you can hover over it and see that is E flat minor. This rhythm was in 3A or B flat minor. Dirty Cash was in 5A or C minor. Say What was 8A, which is going to be A minor. And last but not least, Damager was 11A, and that is going to be in G flat minor. So the majority of these are really kind of in that G, G flat, F, E range. All very good keys for sub-bass response. The next thing I took a look at was the song length. So the average for all these tunes was 5 minutes and 17 seconds, which is pretty long, and that makes sense. House music typically is a longer mix. And actually, half of these tunes were even an extended mix, right? We've got Dirty Cash extended, It Feels So Good extended mix, Palm of My Hands, Upside Down, and Murder. Unsurprisingly, the shortest out of all these was this garage tune by Interplanetary Criminal. This one was only 3 minutes and 44 seconds in length, but the longest one was Say What, and this one clocked in at almost 7 minutes in length. I also wanted to take a look at how long the intros of these songs were. I'm always interested in kind of figuring out, what's a good length of intro before you get into the meat and potatoes of the song. The way I determined this was basically just how long it took for the song to either move past the initial drum beat that was introduced, get into some vocals, add some basses. So a lot of this is really open to interpretation, but using my best judgment, I found that most of these intros were right around the 30-second mark. You can see a lot of them are very similar in length, right? And down here, if we check this out, we can see it's 30 seconds long. That's a pretty short amount of time to get right into it. That makes sense. Usually most of the time you're going to want to get into the song fairly quickly. Since we're on the topic of intro, I wanted to talk about different types of intros. I was able to determine 2 really main different types of intros here. There's a vibe establisher and just a basic drum beat intro. Most of these songs started out with just a basic beat coming in, but 2 that I put into the vibe establisher realm would be this Dirty Cash tune and Falling Back. And let me just play a little bit of this to kind of give you an idea of what I mean when I say vibe establisher.
Ooh, yeah. You know, I want your money. I've no excuse. I just want you to use me. Take me and abuse me. I got no taboos. I make a trade with you. Do anything you want me to. Money talks. Money talks. Dirty cash, I want you. And dirty cash, I need you. Oh, money talks. Money talks. Dirty cash, I want you. Dirty cash, I need you. Oh.
So we got those nice chords coming in. We had the female vocals right up front. Very soulful, very chill. Already, this is giving you a lot of information about the vibe of the song. Let's take a listen to the intro of Falling Back as well. Now, there are drums in this intro, but my specifications for whether it was a drum beat intro or a vibe establisher intro was really whether there was any other element in addition to the drums that actively set the scene for the song. In this case, we've got like a really cool little synth line that comes in along with the drums in the beginning. The little synth line does so much to just really help to set and establish the tone of this song. All of the rest of them start with pretty much a basic drum beat. For example, It Feels So Good. There is that pad in there, sure, but it's not doing a whole lot to tell you what the vibe of the song is going to be. Let's also check out this James Hype edit. Pure drums all the way through. Palm of My Hands. Yes, there is a bass in there for sure, but once again, my specifications for this were trying to figure out whether or not the elements included in the intro were going to inform what this whole song was about. Another thing I looked at was whether or not these tracks had vocals, and also what the common themes of those vocals were. What is it that people are really relating to? What are the lyrics that make people connect to a song? And when I'm thinking about vocals, I'm not talking about just like a little simple vocal shot here or there. I'm talking about actual lyrics and a melodic line. The vocals really have to carry a large part of the song in order for it to make the cut for whether that has a vocal included or not. Starting off with just which tracks had vocals, of course, we've got Money Talks, right? We heard that one already. It Feels So Good also has vocals. The vocals are playing the main part here. They're the melody. They're carrying it forward. This John Summit tune, Palm of My Hands. As well as the Prospa tune. Upside Down by Eats Everything. And the interesting thing about this one is the vocals don't really come in for a while. There's a lot of this track before the vocals actually make their appearance. They really kind of start fading in here, starting around 3 minutes. And then once the next drop hits, they're fully in. And the last one in this list that has vocals is Say What. So out of all these songs, what are the main themes here in terms of the vocals and the lyrics and what the songs are about? Most are about love of some sort. Let's just broadly say love. Dirty Cash has themes of love. It Feels So Good. This Rhythm, and Upside Down. These are all songs where the lyrics contain themes about love and relationships. And all of the others, Damager, Palm of My Hand, and actually Dirty Cash as well, went into a category that I was calling self-empowerment. So songs singing about how awesome you are, you being the singer. Take a listen to Palm of My Hands. To me, this one has the strongest like self-empowerment, I'm so great feel to it. I'll let this play, and while we're listening, I'll pull up some lyrics so you can check that out as well. Very much like I've got the world in the palm of my hand, it's my own game. Themes of self-empowerment, that's something I feel like a lot of people really connect with when they're listening to music. It makes you feel great and powerful and like you got it on lock as well. Something else I also noticed is how many of these tunes are collaborations. There's really only 3 songs here, the ones by Obscure, Eats Everything, and Mal P, that were only credited to one artist. Every other one has at least 2 people working on it. Adventures of Stevie V and Pasa on Dirty Cash, Matt Sassari and Hugel, I think, on It Feels So Good, Clubheads, Thomas Newson on Left to Right, John Summit and Ven B on Palm of My Hands. I mean, also including Odd Mob and in the previous one, James Hype too, because these are songs that were originally written and then edited or extended and remixed by someone else. Prospa and Raw on This Rhythm, and Me, Rampa, Adam Port, Klein Music, and Chuala, I believe it is, on Say What, then Interplanetary Criminal and Sammy Vergi on Damager. I'm sure I probably butchered a few of those names, but you get the idea. Collaborations are huge when it comes to making a good piece of music. The last thing I was looking at was the tempo for all these tracks, and in this case, because they're all generally house music, all the tempos are very similar. They all are in a range of 120 up to 138, so that's just only an 18 BPM difference between the slowest song and the fastest one. No surprise there, that's the general, range for most house music. Going back up to mixing key here, we can see that the fastest one was the Garage Tune at 138, and the slowest one was Say What at 120. So what's the through line here? If you want to get a track onto the Beatport Top 10, what do you gotta do? By analyzing these top 10, I would say that what you have to do is collaborate on a tech house tune that's in the key of F or G minor, lasts about 5 minutes long with about a 30-second intro that is primarily drums, and get some vocals on there that have themes of love and self-empowerment. And boom, there you go, straight to the Beatport Top 10. If you're interested in learning how to produce tech house, EDMProd actually has some pretty good free resources that can help to get you started. Head over to the free download section on EDMprod.com, and in there you're going to find a tech house project file. Download that, study it. It's going to be a lot of great information to help get you going. We'll link to that in the description below.